We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda, the lovely and amazing, back from New England. We've missed you.
I have missed you guys too. Yay! I'm so glad to be
Yay!
back.
I am glad you're back too. And
Even
Grogu,
Grogu is
Grogu
glad.
can't stop talking about you being back.
He's a chatterbug.
He is. And we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 143 for October 24th, 2022. And today we've got Brenda's New England vacation recap. We want to hear
Woo-hoo.
all about the
Oh
trip.
my goodness.
So get ready, everyone, because when you take that much time off, you've got a lot of memories and a lot of things to talk about, right, Brenda?
Yeah. Fun
Okay,
things.
fun things. But to get us started, we are going to start with our cheddar from the big cheese. And Sophie, you're up.
Yay.
All right. Well, this is an exciting update for the Epcot restaurants, and one that I did not even realize would have to be coming anytime soon, because I'll be honest, I might have forgotten that this restaurant was closed. But starting November 1st, the Tusker House returns as an all-you-can-eat. Wait, I thought it was. Oh, there's Akashus. Never mind. I thought I was reading wrong. Let's start that over. Restaurant updates. November 1st, the Tusker House returns as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Also, over at the Polynesian, Kona Cafe will be reopening from a refurbishment on November 1st as well. And then lastly, this is the big one. This is the one I'm most excited for, even though I didn't realize I should be missing it. On November 4th, Akershus, the Royal Banquet Hall in Epcot, that's why I was talking about Epcot, will be reopening for the first time since 2020.
Yeah.
That's right.
It closed for COVID along with the rest of the park, and it has not reopened since because it's been used as a station where you can go in and take off your mask during the mandate. And now I know that for the last Food and Wine Festival, now that I think about it, it was used as a lounge for some of the sponsors that were sponsoring the festival.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we've not been able to eat there in over 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm
That is
I'm just glad
crazy.
that I didn't accidentally I'm just glad that I didn't miss it, that I accidentally forgot it was closed.
I was thinking it through in my head. It was closed for 2 years and 8 months,
So
Isn't that
almost
crazy?
3.
almost 3 years.
Yeah.
My goodness.
COVID had messed us up, people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But things are getting more and more back to normal, which is great and awesome
exactly.
and totally phantasmic.
Exactly. Oh, look what you
Oh.
did. Oh my gosh.
I'm
We don't.
driving the car. I'm driving the car.
When Sophie and I are on our own, we don't have those kind of puns, do we, Sophie? No,
No.
no.
No, now
It
you
just
can see
doesn't
why
work
we
that way.
missed her.
Well, speaking of Phantasmic will be returning to Disney's Hollywood Studios on November 3rd. 3rd. It's not just
Yay!
returning, it got a brand new show sequence. So be on the lookout for it.
Oh man.
Yay.
Oh.
I think I heard someone's gonna be at Hollywood Studios, Brenda.
On December 3rd. That's
Yeah.
right.
So maybe
Mm.
on December 3rd, she'll do like a live stream
That would be
of
awesome.
Phantasmic.
I will give it a
Mm.
try.
I
Oh,
wish I
that'd
could
be
be
so cool.
there.
I will give it a try and hope some big person doesn't get it in front of me.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got more food news.
Oh my goodness, we love food news.
If you're going to be in Orlando for Thanksgiving Day, one option is Thanksgiving dinner at Raglan Road. I had
Oh,
never known they had Thanksgiving dinner at Raglan
be
Road.
still my
Ooh.
heart.
Listen to the menu: butter and herb roasted turkey, roast garlic mashed potatoes,
Mm,
duck fat roasties. I don't know what roasties are, but it sounds
I'd love to know.
honey glazed carrots, bacon braised Brussels sprouts, sausage meat and walnut stuffing, red wine jus with cranberry sauce. That meal
Ooh.
for adults
Ah,
$38, for children
yes,
18.
please.
And don't forget to order your
Gers,
Gers
bread,
bread and
and
butter
butter pudding.
pudding for dessert because
Yeah.
we did it. We did it. It's on
Oh,
YouTube.
so
It's
good.
the best bread and butter pudding,
So good.
you know?
Yep.
So anyway, make if you're gonna be there, that might be a dining reservation you might want to consider snagging.
Yes.
And you don't need a park
Yes.
ticket to get to enjoy it.
That's right.
You can
Have your
you
little
can
day off.
shop at Disney Springs. You can
Yep.
get ready for do some Christmas shopping after or before.
Yes.
I mean,
Go
oh,
to the
man,
Days of Christmas store and pick out an ornament for each person in your family.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that menu, my mouth is watering. So
Yum.
anyway, that is our cheddar from the big cheese. And now we are going to jump right in and we're going to hear all about Brenda's recap her trip.
Ooh,
Brenda,
so much stuff.
we don't have
S-
anything. We just kind of want to listen.
well,
So you
Please.
I'm scared I'm going to
tell us,
forget stuff.
well, whatever you say is what you're supposed to say. So,
Yeah.
Well, part of it is experiences we got to experience for the first time ever. And then
okay.
part of it is delicious food, of
Mhm.
course, because, I mean, really. But there were just so many surprises. There were like things we lucked into we had not planned on. And those are the best kinds of things.
Okay.
So I guess just a kind of an over cap is we flew from Houston via Baltimore into Manchester, New Hampshire, and we went and stayed in Maine for the first 4 days, and then we moved over to New Hampshire for 3 days, to the White Mountains and the Saco River, and then we went to Stowe, Vermont. We went to Mystic, Connecticut. These places we've not been to, and it was
Yeah.
just I got to finally go to the Boston Public Library, which just is a place that I've seen in pictures that I really wanted to go, and it was just magnificent. But I guess if you're talking about super highlights, on our 30th the day of our 30th anniversary, October 10th, we did the Hyannis whale watching tour. And I mean, we're old to be having our first ever whale watching tour, but I know personal friends of mine who have been on whale watching tours a number of times that did not get to see what we saw. And it was amazing. We saw a breaching. We saw the mommy whales with their calves, and we saw a super pod of surfer dolphins that was ridiculous. And I have all this stuff on video, and we're going to figure out how to get it to where people can see it because it was just the most amazing thing. It was amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That
That's so
tour
cool.
was the best thing. It was, that tour has like the narrator is a volunteer. They have other volunteers on board talking about the whales and, giving you like back information on whales and how they do things. And it was just so well done. It was perfect. I could not highly recommend that enough. I mean, it was great. Hyannis whale watching tour. It was awesome.
Cool.
So
And
that
by the
Wow.
was
way, Brenda,
uh-huh.
Sophie and I wish you and Butch a happy belated 30th wedding
Thank
anniversary.
you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We might have
Celebrating 30
alluded.
years of bliss.
Yeah.
Soon my
Yes.
parents will get there.
Yep.
Yes.
We're 8
Yes.
years behind them.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I'll be almost 30 when that happens.
Yeah.
Well, if we hadn't had our 10-year break, we would have been celebrating our 40th anniversary, but nope,
Yeah.
we had a 10-year break. So
That's okay.
there you go. Just what's
Okay.
meant to be is meant to be, huh?
Exactly. All right. So, other highlights in
Oh
addition
my
to the whale
gosh.
watching tour.
There were so many awesome things. I mean, the food was so we we knew we were going to go to Stowe, Vermont because we wanted to see the magnificent fall leaves, and that was where it was going to be the most, I guess, prevalent. And
Okay.
there was a lot of green still in Maine. There was, red and orange and yellow, but there was still a lot of green. And when we went up to
Wow.
Vermont, it was just red and orange and gold, and it was just
Oh
gorgeous.
man.
And we went to a place called Smuggler's Notch, which is named Smuggler's Notch because that's actually during Prohibition, the trail they used to make to sneak in the alcohol when they weren't allowed to have it. So, but the area was so colorful and brilliant, and it actually the mountaintops had like the clouds covered the tops of the mountains, and it had snowed, and we had no idea we were going to see snow of any kind during this trip, the first part of October. And the snow was on like the trees, and it was melting and falling down the creeks, and it was just so beautiful.
Wow.
And we got to go to the Trapp Lodge, the Von Trapp family from The Sound of
Oh
Music.
my gosh.
Really?
We went to their lodge, and what happened was when the Von Trapp family came here from Austria, they ended up settling in Stowe, Vermont, which even during this time with all the beautiful colors, we can imagine how that area would look when it's full of snow, which
Oh yeah.
has to be the closest thing to Austrian Alps that we have here in the
Hmm.
US. And they settled here, and they built a small lodge at that time, but it had burned down in like, I don't know, the early night. I don't know, maybe I don't remember what year it burned down, but anyway, the lodge burned to the ground, but they rebuilt it, and they built it into a bigger place, and it's there, the Trapp Family Lodge. And I took, like, all the walls, of course, are adorned with pictures of the actual family doing their
Right.
concerts and doing tours to Hawaii and just all kinds of things from their life. So I took pictures of their pictures. It was so neat to see. It was so neat to see because they
That's
made the
so
lodge to
cool.
look like, it's in
Oh,
Austria. It's so beautiful. So
oh
I'm going to
wow.
send pictures, and we can hopefully share them so
We
people
will
can see that.
make it happen.
Oh, I mean, being raised watching The Sound of Music, and like it's like a part of you, and
Hmm.
visiting that was so awesome. It was amazing,
That
and
is
just
so
a
cool.
beautiful, beautiful area.
And just to clarify, Smuggler's Notch was a restaurant, correct?
No, Smuggler's Notch is an area.
Oh, it's an area.
It's like
Okay.
a highway area. Oh, speaking of that, when we were going on the highway from the Trap Family Lodge to Stowe, a mommy black bear and two cubs ran in front of us on the highway about 100 feet in front of us. We
Oh
had
Oh
to
my
slam
wow.
on the
gosh.
brakes, but we were all like high-fiving and everything in the car because it was amazing to see these black bears. I got a stuffed black bear to commemorate our experience. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
just amazing things we happened. I mean, those things can't be planned. It was
No.
amazing. It was so
Yeah.
wonderful. I keep using that word, but it was like, I mean, who would have thought those bears would run right in front of us? It was just, and we kept trying to spot, a moose. We never
Uh-huh.
saw a moose. We saw
Oh,
wild turkeys crossing in front of us on the highway. Couldn't find a moose anywhere, but those black bears made it for us. It was awesome.
oh, I'm just glad you didn't get in an accident.
Me too. Me too. Because that would have been horrible, especially if we would have hit
Oh,
one of them. Oh my gosh. So, no, we were protected. Yay!
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Yay! So we also
Wow.
had delicious food, of course. And the first time we went to the New England area was 9 years ago, and at that time I could eat lobster, and I can't now. But everyone else got lobster rolls everywhere. They were delicious, and I got fish and chips a lot, and the food was delicious. And they had a place called after the whale watching tour, when we came back into
Mhm.
port, there's a restaurant there called Porthole, and Butch and Ronnie it was a platter of 2 full lobster and the potatoes and the corn on the cob for $34.95.
Whoa.
It was a deal, and they said it was so delicious. I got the fish and chips there, which also was delicious. But the Porthole restaurant, highly recommend that one if anybody goes there. I had the wedge salad too there, which was delicious.
Wow.
So that was a highlight. We went to a place called Booth Bay. I think it was called Booth Bay Harbor in Maine, and it was like a little port town, and they had a lot of shops, and we did souvenir hunting, and it was a really neat little town. But there was a restaurant there called Kaler's Crab and Lobster House. And I have to read you this description of this salad I had because it was the best salad. It is called a nutty cheesy. The
What was the
salad's
name of
called
the restaurant one more time?
Kaler's, Kaleer', Crab and Lobster House. And this nutty cheesy salad had mixed greens, onion, cucumber, golden raisins, sunflower seeds, toasted almonds, cheddar, blue cheese, and Asiago cheese. And let me tell you, that thing was so good. I mean, I wanted to buy stock in that place by the time I left because it was so delicious.
Oh,
And
wow.
I didn't feel slighted at all that I couldn't have a lobster roll there, or,
Right.
any kind of thing that I can't eat. It was so good. Yummy.
So
Highly recommend Kaler's.
the
Highly
the
recommend it.
takeaway is that regardless of the dietary needs, you were able to make it work.
Oh, it's delicious food. Yes,
That's good.
delicious food. And most of the restaurants there that we ate at, their fish and chips was haddock.
Uh-huh.
And
Mm.
here we always have cod, and we did in Cape Cod, the fish and chips was cod, which I'm sure is intentional. But most of the other areas we visited, it was all haddock, and it was really, really good. Really good. Yum.
Wow.
That's cool. That's
Yep.
good.
And I sent you the pictures of the McDonald's where we stopped, and they had the
Yes.
ski lifts
I
and
shared those
their
last week.
gondola.
Yeah.
I
Those were
shared those last
cool.
week.
Was that so cute?
Sophie's like, that's so social distant.
It is awesome. It's like you get your food, you're like, do you want to sit in the air gondola and eat, or do you want to sit on the ski lift? I mean, whoever thought of that was brilliant.
Genius.
It
Yeah.
was so cute. And I mean, who would have thought we'd ever stop at a McDonald's there? And we lucked
Right.
into that. Another one we lucked into.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yep. It was
That's
really cool.
cool.
Really cool. And let me see what else I have. Oh, here's another one we lucked into. We went down when we were in New Hampshire. We went to Winooshi, New Hampshire. We checked into our hotel, and the guy at the desk referred us to a restaurant down by the water. He said, it's got a great view, great food. Go down there and have lunch. We went down there. It was like 2:10, and we parked and we went in, and they said, oh, I'm so sorry, we don't open till 4:30. So they said, go on up the street to this other place. I don't remember where. It was just down the street. So we basically just walked down the street going to this other place they recommended. Well, there was the restaurants were kind of lined up on the street next to each other, and we
Uh-huh.
went into the restaurant that we thought was the one they told us to go to, but it wasn't.
Oh.
And we lucked into this place called Our House, and it was fantastic. It had like 25 different versions of mac and cheese.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. The guys got lobster mac and cheese. I got the 4-cheese mac and cheese, and I have video of getting that mac and cheese on the fork to share how gooey, yummy that mac and cheese was. We lucked into this place, and we are so thankful that we ended up there
Yeah.
because it was the cutest place, awesome service, and the best mac and cheese ever. It was
I
so
would have been right there with Butch and Ronnie and having that lobster mac.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I mean, they said it was so good, but my 4-cheese one was so good. It was delicious. So I have
Wow.
so many pictures and videos. I just hope we can
We
share them
will
all.
make it
Oh
happen.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's
We
really
will
good,
make it
really good.
happen.
What else can I tell you about? Oh, when we went to Mystic, Connecticut was a
Yeah.
side trip for us. And
Mhm.
I was raised with Julia Roberts. I mean, she's like right around my age, so I've seen every Julia Roberts movie. And Mystic Pizza was one of her first movies, and I've seen that a bunch of times. But we went to eat at the place, Mystic Pizza.
Uh-huh.
Pizza was fabulous. It was delicious. And I can't get the tomato sauce, so they don't have a white. Usually I'll get like an Alfredo sauce kind of pizza. They didn't have that. But they
Hmm.
had like olive oil with seasonings, and I got
Okay.
that with. I said, give me the olive oil on the crust and every cheese you have on the pizza, and it was so good. And like every one of us got different pizzas, but they were all delicious. Highly
Wow.
recommend Mystic Pizza. And while you're in there, of course, they have pictures from, with all the actors up on the walls, but they also have pictures of other actors who've come since then. And while you're there, they have a big screen TV and it's playing the movie Mystic Pizza while you're dining. It was really cool.
Oh,
And
wow.
after we left the restaurant, they told us to go to this certain shopping area it's like a 10-minute drive away in Mystic. So we went down there and the shops were the most original shops. They had two shops that were kind of themed around Alice in Wonderland, and I got
Oh.
to see what the names of them were because I wrote it down obviously. Um oh, so there's one called Alice's Little Haunted Bookshop, and there was one called Alice in the Village, and I took pictures of these. They had a Harry Potter store. They had the most, those ASMR rooms where it's like computerized and it makes it look like there's a fireplace and things, those kind? Well, they had all kinds of things like that. Like in the Harry Potter store, they had the pictures how when you're on the ride line, how the eyes move and the
Mhm.
people are watching you. They have those in there. It was just the most awesome shopping area. It was so unique and it was really, really cool. So I'm going to share those pictures too. I hope I'll be able to share those with you guys.
We'll make it happen, Brenda. Don't
Oh, it
worry
was
about hoping.
wonderful.
It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
So when we were in Cape Cod, we spent a lot of time sitting around the fire pit at night and just talking. And there was a couple there named Fran and John, and they're from Massachusetts. But each year during the time we were there, they go to Cape Cod and they spend some time there on the beach and stuff. And every night when we got back from whatever our adventure was that day, they met up with us at the fire pit and they wanted to hear all about our day. And they were just the most
Ah.
wonderful people. So if they're out there anywhere, hi, Fran and John. We just love seeing you guys. It was wonderful. But while we were at Cape Cod, we also took the ferry over to Martha's Vineyard and we saw the gingerbread houses and the big, area where they have all the gingerbread houses. And then they have the big church tabernacle right in the center. And it's a really, really neat area. So I have video and pictures of that I want to share too. Gonna get overloaded. We're gonna like block the system and lock the system up with all the video. But it was
Yeah.
so neat to
It'll be
see,
good.
and you can't explain it because you have to see it. So
Yeah.
it was wonderful. It was so wonderful.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else now. The Boston Public Library is just beautiful. The art
Hey,
there and everything.
did you
What?
guys see Bunker Hill?
We did not.
Mhm.
And we saw Plymouth Rock only because when we were on the ferry going, they said there's Plymouth Rock. So we looked it.
When we went, we took Sophie's Meemaw, my
Yeah.
mom, and Cindy and Sophie and I went up to New England in 2014, and we stayed in New Hampshire, but we toured Boston a lot, and we went and saw um, my mom's where her dad and her family's from, and in
Awesome.
Connecticut. And one of the things that we did was Sophie and Cindy and I climbed Bunker Hill, the
Nice.
the tower, and
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
really cool. But
That is
coming
awesome.
down, you're like, hold on
Oh,
tight because if you fall, you're falling like 100 feet down.
There's
yeah.
only one staircase in that tower, obviously, but it's the stair it's the staircase that people use to get up and down.
Yeah.
So, and it's steep. It's not like your regular staircase height. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to say
yeah.
that's how tall
And
the steps are.
Oh,
some of the
wow.
steps get really tall because of the construction of the tower. But and then we also ate at Cheers.
We
Oh
ate at
yeah.
Cheers. We actually went to both Cheers 9 years ago. We didn't go this time because nobody knew our name. We went to the other. Went to the first Cheers. You know, the one where it was like based based
Uh-huh.
on, and
Uh-huh.
it was just getting a waiter to come up to the table was really hard. Then we went to the second Cheers, but it we weren't thrilled about it, so we didn't go back this time. But we had very limited time in Boston this time because we basically just were going to be flying home from there. So
Yeah,
we went there the day before, really just to turn in the car and do just a couple of things, and that's why we
sure.
only went
Oh,
to the library
gotcha.
and then the historic Trinity Church, and then
Gotcha.
we ate lunch there at the eatery in the mall.
Hmm.
But we didn't do anything else except for like make sure we were packed up, weigh our suitcase, things
All
you
the
do when you,
normal touristy things.
and we washed our clothes so we wouldn't be coming home with dirty clothes and, all
Yeah.
that stuff. We didn't do much touristy stuff there. But that sounds awesome. It's like climbing those stairs in the lighthouses. Those,
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And I couldn't do it now. I'm glad I did it then. My
Yeah.
mom was like, "You all have fun. I'm going to wait down here."
Smart
And I
mom.
don't
Yeah.
blame her at all, you know? I'm like, "Yeah, I get that."
Smart mom. That's
But
right.
anyway, so
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah, I just
right.
wanted to know if you had done that. But yeah, that makes sense why you weren't there to see Boston as much. You were there to see everything else, and
Yeah.
I'm
We saw
glad
so
so
much.
glad for the things that you were able to do. And the list, I mean, on our show notes, the list just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah,
So
Well,
you're
and
doing
it
great.
doesn't even touch I mean,
I know.
it's so hard to describe because you really have to see it. It's just neat. It was just wonderful. It was a wonderful. I'm looking back to see if there's anything that I forgot to say that was particularly awesome. Ooh, De Parma Italian restaurant. Ooh, right there in Cape Cod. Their
Mm.
pizza was delicious. Their service was fantastic. There was a girl waiting on us. She was from Turkey. She hasn't been here that long. Beautiful, sweet girl.
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember how the subject came up, but oh, my jacket, um, my hoodie is a Disney Cruise Line hoodie, so it has Mickey on the back.
Uh-huh.
And she had said that she had just gotten back, like she had just taken her first ever trip to Walt Disney World ever in her life, and she had just gotten back like 4 weeks before that, and she was just amazed. And I said, "Oh my gosh, just the feeling you had, remember when you took your first ever visit and it just became part of your heart?" I could tell right away that that happened to her. It was
Yeah.
just sweet. It was
Yeah.
so sweet. And she took down my information. I told her to contact me if she ever needed anything. She was just the sweetest thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we went to Cabot Creamery. This Cabot Creamery we went
Oh,
to after the Trap
in
Family Lodge.
Vermont.
Yes, it was. We got cheese and crackers, and that place was fabulous. And then we went over to the Lake Champlain chocolate place, and they gave free samples like the Ghirardelli
Uh-huh.
in Disney Springs, and we got chocolates and we got cheese and crackers, and we ate on that stuff all the time out there by the fire pit. It
Nice.
was
Because
nice. It was
Cabot
nice.
cheese. Have you ever had Cabot cheese?
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's made right there where you work.
Yes, it is, and it's so
And they
fresh.
sell it over here in Raleigh. I imagine they sell it across the country, but I don't know. But
No,
but it's
it
really
was
good
good.
cheese.
It
So
was really, really, really good. It was one of the highlights too. It was yummy to just have that those fresh treats. It's yummy, 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 yummy. See if there's
so
anything else.
I guess the takeaway is if you have the opportunity to go visit New England, to make sure that you squeeze that in somehow, because there's a
Yeah,
lot to see and do in that
a
area.
lot, a lot. And like, we had loosely planned. I mean, we knew we were going to see the White Mountains. We did the North Conway Scenic Railroad up in the
Oh
foliage,
wow.
but we we anticipated it to be that we were going to go on the train up into the mountains and only see all the foliage, but it wasn't like that. We were on the shorter train ride. It was like 3 hours total, and it goes like through the trees, like you're looking through the trees, but it also
Uh-huh.
goes people's houses and stuff are through it. It wasn't what we thought it was going to be. We think
Okay.
that the longer one, that's like the 6 hour one, goes like much more into the mountains, but still to see all those colors it was really wonderful. It was beautiful. We just don't get to see that here. So that's what we went for. We went to see the
Yeah.
White Mountains and the Saco River. And
Mm-hmm.
so we had loosely planned things, but so many of the things we really got to enjoy were just spontaneous or
Right.
accidentally on purpose kinds of things that we were
Yeah.
blessed with. And it was wonderful.
And that's the other takeaway, is to not have everything so nailed down to the minute that you can't enjoy the on the spur of the moment things.
Yeah.
Plan 2 or 3 or 4 big things that you want to do, and then just kind of let the rest of the time kind of develop on its own pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
know?
these areas that I mentioned, especially like that little shopping area in Mystic, don't miss that if you go to it is so unique. It is so unique. Don't miss it. And I need to look up the name of it. And when I send the pictures, I'll include the name of the
Okay.
shopping area.
Okay. All
Just trying to make
right.
sure I didn't miss anything that's ultra important. We went to Kennebunkport. We went there 9 years ago. We love that town. It's
Uh-huh.
just
Hmm.
so cute and quaint. We love Kennebunkport. So one of the funny things was there's a restaurant called Allison's that's in Kennebunkport, and 9 years ago we went there and we loved it. And every time we went and did like our planning, when we'd get together for lunch on Sunday and we'd plan part of our trip, and the first thing we included was going back to Allison's. And what was funny was we visited Kennebunkport on a certain day and Allison's was closed. So all this time we looked forward to going to Allison's
And it
and
was
it was
closed.
closed.
They're
But we
like,
went to a place called Duffy's instead. Had the best fish and chips I have ever had, ever.
Oh,
wow.
So you
There
just
you
never
go.
know.
You never know.
Never know what's going to happen.
looks like we need to get Aunt Brenda down to North Carolina to try some of our fish and chips.
Yeah,
I think that
definitely.
sounds like a good idea.
Definitely.
A
All
great
right.
idea.
Well, are you done? Is there anything
I
else you
can't
want to?
I can't think of anything else. It's just there's so much. There was so much. I mean, when you see the videos and the pictures, it was just a lot. It was really
Yeah.
neat. It was a great trip. And yes, we were ready to get home after 2 full weeks of being gone. And I would like to give a shout out, please, really quickly while I'm remembering, to Ivy, who turned 6 on October 18th, and
Happy
to Aaliyah,
birthday,
who turns
Ivy.
11 tomorrow.
Aaliyah.
So Aaliyah will
Happy
be
Wow.
birthday,
11 on
Aaliyah.
October 25th. So, yep, my babies, two of my four have birthdays
Oh.
just 1 week apart. Well, 1 week and 5 years, but
Yeah.
yeah. So we're celebrating.
Can we
Yes,
sing happy birthday?
absolutely. Go for it.
Yay!
You want us to all
Okay.
sing, Sophie, or
Ivy and
just you?
Aaliyah,
I think
correct?
I think just Sophie.
Okay.
Okay, so Ivy and Aaliyah, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ivy and Aaliyah. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
And many more.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Good job, Sophie, as always.
Thank you so
always.
much. Aaliyah's gonna love that, especially because she loves Sophie so much.
Yeah.
Aw, I love you
Yeah.
too, Aaliyah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Well, I feel
that
like I talked my head off.
well, it's still on. Um, that, my friends, wraps up our feature topic, and it is now time to take a look at this day in Disney history for October 24th.
Yay!
So, Sophie, take it away, honey.
All right, well, two things on October 24th in two separate years, but each are equally important.
Very.
And I'm going to start with the older 1971. Guess what happened that year?
What happened in 1971?
Let's see.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I've never been to Disney. What happened?
Well, October 24th, 1971, day 2 of Walt Disney World's 3-day grand opening celebration takes place. The formal dedication of the contemporary resort takes place at noon on this Sunday with Bob Hope, followed by the dedication of the Polynesian Village Resort at 6 p.m. A special luau takes place at the Polynesian, followed by the debut of Disney World's Electrical Water Pageant, the predecessor of the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Nice.
In the Seven Seas Lagoon, of course.
Yes,
Although
of course.
opened to the public since October 1st, Disney World debuts its very first official fireworks display called Fantasy in the Sky Spectacular on this evening.
Awesome.
Nice.
And there's
So
a
much
quote
good.
from this day.
Go for it.
Nearly 40,000 visits, the biggest crowd yet, jammed Walt Disney World turnstiles Saturday, October 23rd at the $400 million Magic Kingdom, kicked off its 3-day formal opening celebration with the arrival of a plane load of Hollywood notables, said the Orlando Sentinel, October 24th.
Okay. And what's the second thing, Sophie?
The second thing happens in 1982.
Which is yay.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Yep.
Who celebrated a 40th anniversary?
We're about to talk about that. The Epcot Center, the experimental prototype city of tomorrow, Disney's third theme park, interesting, is officially dedicated at 11 a.m. by the Disney chairman E. Carden Walker 23 days after the park's opening day. Nearly 10,000 special guests are in attendance, including Walt Disney Productions executive Dawn Tatum, Mrs. Lillian Disney, Walt's widow, the corporate executives, foreign and American political figures, and many VIPs.
Wow. I'm going to look something up real quick.
Yeah, I wonder why they're calling it the third theme park. Do you think they're considering River Country as a theme park?
That's what I was thinking. But it's a link. So let's see here.
Hang on.
Oh, they're talking
What?
about the whole Disney
Continental?
spectrum.
Oh, I see. They're including
Disneyland,
Disneyland.
Magic
Okay.
Kingdom, Epcot.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
A little confusing for a half a second, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was confusing me too. I'm like, what in the world are they talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was interested about that as well. Hey, park number 4 is Tokyo Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, that
I
makes
know.
sense that they're calling it the third.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
and
we
the
know.
youngest one so far is Shanghai Disneyland. No
Yep.
wonder I want to go to it. It's only been open since 2016.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
great history, Sophie.
Yay!
And
Thank you.
since Sophie played her own game of Stump the Mike and Stump the Brenda with that third theme park,
Hey, you got
it's time for me
yeah,
to see if I can stump the Soph back.
Yeah.
you can try.
Oh my
Try.
gosh, I watched last week's episode and I was cracking up when she guessed Snow White in like 3 seconds.
I know, right? 3, 2, 1, Snow White. And I thought it was a good one.
It is a good one.
Oh my! It just took me back to the first time I met Sophie and that sweet little girl saw Snow White in Epcot and took pictures with her. Oh my!
2011.
Aw.
So
2011.
sweet.
Yep.
So sweet.
With Stephanie.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, those pictures were beautiful.
Yeah. Well, this character, are you ready, Soph?
Yes.
This character isn't afraid to take chances.
Is not afraid to take chances. Okay.
This character explores new ways to express himself.
Himself. Not afraid to. We've done Miguel from Coco, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if we have or not, but it's not Miguel from Coco.
Okay.
I'll have to go look to see if we've done Miguel. I think we have, though.
Okay, continue.
Okay. This character is an owner, is the proud owner of Body Art, which is not the full name of the.
Ramon?
I can tell from the reaction.
I was trying to figure out how do I, and I thought, and I
Think of
even
it
have a
as
fourth
is that
character.
think of it as body art. That's not something that Disney usually tackles much, so
Yeah.
it's got to be in a certain nuance. And the only way I could think of Disney ever being good with body art is if it was an auto body art. So it's got to be
Very
a
good.
car.
Yeah.
Very
Well, you're
good.
absolutely right. I even
Yay, Sophie!
had a fourth clue in
Oh?
case you needed it, and that was that this character believes, and I wasn't sure how I was going to say it, but I underlined vehicle of expression, and vehicle being the clue, you know,
Ah.
it's about who it might be. But you got it before then, and it
Yeah.
absolutely was Ramon, and I thought that was a cool one, you know. So,
Yay.
but yeah, it is funny because you're right. Disney does not do a whole lot with body art.
Yeah. Very good, Sophie.
Ramon from Cars. Good job, Sophie.
Nice.
Yay.
I think I might go watch Cars later because that is a
Oh,
really
that's
good movie.
Yep.
Tractors is so dumb. Oh,
Oh, that was
well, that takes us to a little bit of Walt.
Yeah.
Brenda?
Yeah, and his quote's from a different movie.
Yeah.
But this is a quote he said about another movie.
Okay.
But it was
For it.
about Lady and the Tramp. He said, "We were free to develop the story as we saw it, unlike the classics where we had to adhere rigidly to the sequence conceived by the author. As the characters came to life and the scenes took shape, we were able to alter, embellish, eliminate, and improve the material."
Walt Disney.
Yep.
The man.
The Walt Disney. And they had such a different experience being able to create it from nothing than,
I know,
you know.
right?
Yep.
Wow. We've had some good quotes while you were gone, you know.
Yeah.
We had Ira David Wood.
I
Yeah.
really
And
wish you were there to hear him. He was such
Yeah.
an
if you
amazing
haven't,
guest.
if
Yeah, I still
anyone
need to
out
listen
there,
to that one.
if you haven't seen that video, go check it out because the video is really is as much a part of it as anything. Um, but our quote then was, "Whatever you do it well." And that's what Walt Disney grew. That's what he did his whole life.
That's for
That's
sure.
what Ira David Wood does. That's what he's done his whole life. That's what we strive to do our whole lives is to
Mm-hmm.
whatever we tackle it well, we do it well. And that's all we can do is to try our best with it.
That's
Um,
right.
and then last week we had a good clue, a good quote. Um, and last week's was how um, about how storytellers take their imagination and they bring order and they bring hope and they do it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And and that's what Walt Disney did. He sold hope, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so and this one with Lady and the Tramp is just as good, you know? It's they're able to take nothing and make something,
Yes.
basically,
What a
and
gift.
that's just what makes Walt Disney and our love of the man and love of everything that he created. That's what brings it to life for us. So,
Yep.
but
He
coming
was the
next,
man.
he was the man. Absolutely. Um, Coming next week, everyone, we've talked about nighttime things to do at the parks before, but one thing we've never done, ladies, is we've never done an episode on our favorite nighttime attractions. And that's
Nice.
what we're going to do. So, a little research for all of us. We are going to give a top 5 list from
Mm-hmm.
5 to 1, one being your absolutely all-time favorite nighttime attraction. Okay. And we're going to give a list of 5 of each of us.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
That episode's gonna fall on Halloween.
Yeah. And Sophie is going to
Cool.
dress up.
Yes, I'm gonna dress up. I don't know about you, Aunt Brenda. My dad says
Oh.
he's not.
We
but
dressed
I'm
up
going
last year
to.
for Halloween.
I'm going to, because I have an amazing Halloween costume, and I have not gotten to wear it to anywhere.
Yeah. You wear it, Sophie.
I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I'm going to have to figure that out.
Yeah, I had decided not to do a Halloween episode because we've done one every year. And so I'm kind of running out of things to say about Halloween at Disney.
Yeah. But that's good, though, because nighttime is, eerie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Some, it can be.
So anyway, that is our feature topic next week. Our favorite nighttime attractions.
Great.
I want to hear the list. I can't wait to hear it.
Yay.
But until then, Brenda, Sophie, Grogu, and myself hope you all have a great week. Hope that you're able to find Disney wherever you are, whether you're at the parks or not. Find some way to bring a little Disney into your life, and have a great week. And we will
See
See
you
you
on
on the road.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Now wait till you get up here.
Welcome to the Christmas loft. Oh my goodness, this store is fantastic. Oh, it feels like Christmas in here. Hi, Santa. He's checking his list. This is the cutest shop I've ever seen. I wish we had one at home. Whoa. Yum, yum. Yeah, Minty the Magnificent. Mm-hmm. It's moose. The moose. Oh my goodness. Look who we have here. Hi, pal. Hiya, pal. Oh my goodness. I want everything in here. Look, Santa's making candy canes. Oh my goodness. This is the sweetest shop ever. The Christmas Loft in North Conway, New Hampshire. I love everything. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All the Santas. Enjoy your day, everyone.
Never know.
Let me hold it.
Though they look like minnows compared to these humpback whales, the big males in this group are over 12 feet long, 800 pounds in weight.
I'm getting my weight over.
So this
swimming through the water.
echolocation
Look at
is
this.
so exquisitely tuned. I'll use myself as an example. If I were to jump in the water with these Atlantic white-sided dolphins right now, they could use one frequency of sound and count how many keys I have on my keychain in my pocket. By switching frequencies again. And again. Of course, I got to do it right by the gear. That's what goes. Look, Mario, here, right next to the gear. Mom's going, oh my God. Never listen.
Jump again! I'm ready, jump, 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 jump!
See, I told you patience pays. Now oh, come on. Come on, Cap, stay out of there. Yeah, but if you're looking at the drift at the tide now going out, the line going actually to the left, which is it's in the better spot there. You just don't want to see that bobber go down. A spy hop. So whales whales have really good eyesight both above and below the water, but their eyes are fixed forward and downward.
Richie's just making his own trail, huh? That looks like a Mardi Gras house. Look at the squirrel. Hey, BB. I see you. Y'all remember how far we are from lunch?
We gotta get back on that main road again.
Look at that beautiful yellow and blue purpley one.